Hello. So, welcome to our new podcast. It's not new, basically. It's like half a year that we've been doing this podcast. And today we have a special guest, Sergey Yudovskiy. He's a CPO and co-founder at Adentris. It's a YC-backed AI platform for medical documentation compliance in healthcare. So, welcome. Hello.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Doing good. Actually, it's early morning for me in Texas, Austin. So I'm super happy to see you here. We spent a couple of minutes on, building on that configuration for this video. So happy to start.
Yeah, I'm so excited too. So, my first question, like straight to the point.
Okay, shoot me.
In a few words, how would you describe the common thread connecting all your projects? Because I mentioned only one, but we will talk about all of your projects, and they are really different. So maybe you can say a few words about it.
I think if we try to find common things for all of my projects, it will be about helping people, avoiding doing stuff that the automation, AI integrations, or other, tech stuff can do. So from the beginning of the world, right, people are spending still time on manual labor, and they do repeatable tasks that actually they hate, right? They don't like to copy paste, they don't like to scan and find documentation or data in a bulk of records. So every year, once we have more new robust technologies, my companies and my vision is about, okay, let's take a new technology, let's help people spend less time on something that actually tech can do, and allocate their time on more forward thinking, future building, and even relaxing stuff. So it's just general observation for the whole my company's approaches. Of course, when we go down, we can see it's a banking integration automation, maybe healthcare, medical record, mistake finding. But again, everything goes to the point we help people to stop doing, monkey operations and technical systems.
Yeah, like to do more what you like and less stuff that you hate. Something like this.
I do not believe in the approach. Do what you like. You should do what you must do, of course. But let's say you will start doing things that really push your experience, your state, help you build a better future instead of just spending a couple of days on copy pasting. So my early job was about building the system for scanning passports and recognition data from the passports in some custom service in Kazakhstan. And before that system, people took scanned version of the passport and just typed all data from that passport into the system. And of course, when you have multiple people that go through customs, and it's a huge queue of that passport. So I'm talking about that stuff. And of course, no one likes that work. So do you see my point?
I think some people do. But they are in my minority. Yeah, I think so. Okay, next question. You've gone through the Y Combinator accelerator twice with different companies. What does YC mean to you, and how did your perception of the program change between the first and second time?
It's an interesting topic, actually. For me, YC, for the first time, it was like a sort of recognition and approval for the American market. I migrated to the United States in 2018 with my first project, Electronic, and hopefully we'll speak about that later. And of course, I had no connections, no visibility, no credibility, no personal brand here. Yeah, in Russia, I was famous, some video interviews on RBC, big channels, news media publishing. But here in America, I had nothing. And for me, Y Combinator, it was like a door opening moment when people started talking with you, started, recognizing you. And of course, once you say, hey, I'm, YC founder, it's a different type of conversation you have after that. And the second time, it was about, okay, we have something, but right now we just need to have a pretty straightforward path for building company. Because what YC does, YC, first of all, selects the best founders right? Second one, so I see picks the best projects with the huge potential. Of course, most of the projects, they are early stage, so you can't you never know what will be the final right stage, but at least they look interesting. And then once you are approved, once you're backed by Y Combinator, you can have a super deep and wide attention from VCs, any kind of them. You can raise a pretty good seed if you have traction, and most VC companies, they have, of course. And you can be focused completely on building your product, serving your customers, and instead of just trying to do all stuff at one time, raise funds, build product, hire people, attract maybe key employees. So yeah, YC at least says to you, hey, friend, don't worry about fundraising. If you're here, we got you. You will be funded. Just be focused on building your amazing company and succeed.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, you asked about the difference, because we were the part. It's another interesting topic. We were part of cohort of Winter 20. That was the first online cohort, because we were part of IC just in time of COVID started.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually it was good, because that time my English was so terrible. I was barely speaking. And for me, we were doing demo day in recording. It was a gift. And I was a CEO. Yeah, right now, it was X25. So it was spring 25 cohort last year. And yeah, it's different experience. And I'm not CEO right now. My co-founder from previous company, Dmitry Karpov, who was my co-founder from Electronic, right now he's a CEO and I'm chief of product. So we decided to play in other roles in our new company. But anyway, that time it was more about Californian-like, let's say, approach, I want to say. So what is YC once you're inside, right? So you have 200 plus minus, companies, and Y Combinator divides companies based on, focus, let's say B2B, or, company, customer profile, enterprise, or, stage, have revenue, don't have revenue. And you have groups up to, 15 founders, let's say. And each group meets every week and share results, discussed, major pain points or general pain points or specific pain points of each company. And you just need to deliver traction week by week. Super easy. And before that, in 2020, right, it was like, oh, yeah, you can do everything. Yeah, you're amazing. Oh, you built a new update for your website. Yeah, you're awesome. Cheering everything like in a school where, every participant has a star for participation. Right now, it was different. With Garritan, it was no bullshit at all. So I remember the first, group session, and our partner, he started, hey, okay, you guy, tell me more what your company doing. And, some guy tell, oh, my company does blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you. Second, hey, right now, tell me and explain what his company is doing. And of course, explanation was super, long. And that first guy, hey, I'm trying to unpack it, say it more, and partner of IC, no, thank you. Stop. You said you
had your
company. Yeah, we are, technical founders here. We are, YC founders. We work in tech, and even we don't understand what you're talking about. So how are you going to sell?
Nice approach.
Yeah, and I told myself, of course, oh yeah, I like it actually. So, and after that, it was, 2 months of pushing. And I would like to say it's good, because it's not only about fancy brand that YC, of course, has, right? But it's about some sort of real focus on big things, how to grow the company to $100 million ARR, or is it possible at all, and other stuff. So yeah, my recommendation, if we compared two recommendations based on the first time. It was okay. It's not bad. At least you will have a good fundraise after that. But right now, it's not only about fundraising. You also will have a couple of amazing kicks that will help you to maybe reshape your thinking about your company, growth, and other stuff.
As far as I understood, so they give you hard times at some point, but you're growing. Like all the time.
Yeah, but we are Russian. It's not like a hard time, we can think about, right? So, but for Americans, yes, for sure, it was super strange because, actually, our partner, he's named Tom, and he's from England, actually, as I remember. Yeah, so he's not completely American. So maybe it's the reason. Who knows? I know.
Just a side question, and we will get back to the track. And how your Russian growing up, Russian education help you or didn't help you in this area, in this field of, in this sphere? Like, I mean, in American environment. That's what I wanted to say.
Elaborate more, yeah. First of all, I do not have Russian education, so I was born in Kazakhstan.
Thank you.
I don't want to separate. So I'm not like, Arkady Volch, who said I am, Israel, Kazakh entrepreneur. Not at all. Of course, I'm Russian. But yeah, I was born in Kazakhstan. I finished university in Kazakhstan. Then I, immigrated to Russia. So for me, it's like a, second immigrant with experience. But anyway, I think the culture and the approach of, how you do business, right? So they're almost the same for the whole CIS countries. And I think it helps. I think, first of all, you don't need to forget your roots, and you don't need to forget who you are, and you do not need to pretend to be, American. And actually, what is being American? Never knows, right? Because right now we live here, so we are American.
Yeah.
So usually when someone tries to say, hey, in this country we do this stuff, and say, right now I'm this country and I do this stuff here. Maybe your country changed it and you just didn't notice that. Who knows?
Nice. Nice take. I love it.
So my point, when you live here for a long time, you see different Americans. You see, let's say New York, like people who are super straightforward and super shitty, even more harsh than Russian people you can imagine. You can see, in most cases, Californian people who, try to cut corners and be soft, nice, not nice, kind. It's a good joke about nice and kind. Do you know that? No. So
no.
People from California, they are kind but not nice. People, let's say, from New York, they nice but not kind. What does it mean? So let's say you have a flat tire right on the road. So Californian person say, oh gosh, I'm so sorry about you, and will never help you. Person from New York will tell you, you stupid, I can get you, what you're doing with your fucking tire, and will help you to change that tire. So it's a big difference between nice and kind.
Yeah.
So people are different, and if you try to listen one part and be like, hey, you have to be soft, you have to respect it, you need to, cut your opinion just in terms of, don't affect someone. Just don't hire that people. If you hire people who can be affected, maybe your hire policy doesn't fit your personality. So my point, be yourself here, because America are different. People here are super different, and find people who can work with you, and you will be happy and successful.
So now let's talk about the current platform that you're building, Adentris. So it's an AI platform for verifying medical documentation. That's where your LinkedIn says.
Correct.
Why did you choose this particular niche? Because it's really like so tiny. I from one point I get it. From the other,
tiny is not tiny. Actually, tiny is small. Yeah.
No.
You mean,
okay. Yeah.
You mean small.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Finish, please. Yeah. I will.
Yeah, because
jump on
for
that.
me, like for a person who is outside this niche.
Okay.
For me, it seems like really small thing. But now I know that you told me that I'm wrong. So please.
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. What is our medical documentation, right? So we have people in the United States, 300 million of people. Most of them are interacting with healthcare system, right? Each interaction are, hospital or clinics or small facilities, they should document. So they have EHR system. It's like a CRM, but for medical documentation. And every visit, every word, every lab result go there. And you have like a data warehouse with all, things that are connected to your medical record. So medical record of Sergey Yudovskiy. And once you have all, let's say, services that you receive, all services, you usually do not pay for that. Insurance company pays for you. So all documentation, the whole data goes to their insurance company, and insurance company after that starts checking one by one each line and try to find mistake or maybe some deviations based on federal rules, payment rules, and other things. There's a huge books with the rules. And of course, when you have when they find that, they can cut payment for your services or fully deny, even that case it's possible. And after that, hospital maybe will have some losses and pay from themselves, or will transfer the cost to our, the person, to Sergey Yudovskiy, and Sergey Yudovskiy should pay for that. And actually, it's also a big problem because when you have a medical documentation mistake, in documentation, even if it's could be corrected. It takes time, of course, and, hospital can have money later, 60, 90, maybe 180 days, and it creates a cash delay, and, it's not good for business, right, for medical business. So, and majority of payments in healthcare, they are covered by insurance companies. So you can imagine. So a documentation should be checked. And right now, before AI, it was covered by people. So people were sitting and really reading each record and having their memories, all rules, and trying to correct. They outreach doctors, physicians. Hey, you made a mistake, or maybe you used a short version of, some, medication. So could you unpack? Could you do that? And it's back and forth, it's a huge process that no one likes in healthcare. And we are fighting with that. So do you see it right now?
Yeah, I see that it's not tiny.
It's not tiny at all. It's a big problem.
It's huge. Yeah. And it's very complex.
Different companies attack this area. So we have not even our competitors. So we have scribing tools. So what do? They try to listen to the conversation between doctor and patient and convert their audio conversation into the text and put the data into EHR. Because before AI, doctor had to have a conversation, let's say, with you, and then type everything that he or she learned from you into the EHR system. Then we have our company. We do some, the whole spectrum of our service medication compliance activities review. Then we have RCM tools, revenue cycle management tools, because we need to prepare all based on the documentation. We need to prepare documents for insurance companies. So it's like a huge life cycle, and multiple companies valued multi-million of dollars are doing jobs there, and it's still not effective, right?
Okay. Yeah. And I see that it's not only complex, but it's also, I think, heavily regulated, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So what grabbed your attention? Maybe there is some backstory. That's like you were mistreated in the hospital and you wanted to, you thought that it's unfair and you wanted something like, I don't know, justice.
Actually, we came to this specific area with the idea that we want to build a product with real end value. So the previous company, Electronic, it was a dev tool. Yeah, it was product also, right? But it was a product that can help you to build another product, right? With a dev tool, you can develop the application integration or automation. And we started thinking, okay, we would like to have the product when you speak with our potential buyer, and the buyer understands the final value, you have a deal. So we started thinking about that, and we initially we built a compliance tool in general. So the tool that can connect to any system, checks or documentation based on different rules, and then finds a deviation and some sort of escalation to people to fix that. Initially, we started working in construction industry, not in healthcare, because we had an idea. Construction is also so regulation. It was a corner point. We said, okay, if we have an AI that can read everything, understand everything, and communicate with different stakeholders inside an organization, right? So maybe we should go in somewhere where we have a huge number of rules and people just are super tired of them. So construction was the first point. Unfortunately, we realized even if they are talking about the importance of rules, they actually don't care about that. In America, at least. Maybe other countries, but I think it's the same story. But once we go to the healthcare, we found, okay, for healthcare, actually, compliance is not a cost center, like, usually for, I think for all industries across their list. But in healthcare, compliance is a revenue center, because if you have a great documentation compliance, you can make money. If you have terrible documentation compliance, you lose money or even lose your business. And we found, okay, we have an amazing compliance tool, and we have an industry that hungry for that type of automation. So let's combine that and build a great business.
By the way, I get what you're talking about, because we at Visarun, we are doing the same. Like, we are going into heavily regulated area of visas, travel, and we are trying to actually ease our own pain because we hate it. We are world travelers. We don't want those things to make our trips more complicated. We want to see the world, and that's it.
It's for sure, yeah. Even if I respect visas, I understand your point, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we do respect visas, but we also want to travel, and that's it.
But
that's the whole point.
But you don't want to spend time on collecting, the data, fill in forms, apply them, right, and other stuff. Yeah. So it's
don't want to recheck various times all the data in our passports, like every letter or etc. etc. So yeah, we hate it, and that's why we built Visarun. By the way, the link is in the description, and go check. And we will get the link to your to all your startups in our description.
I don't think general people could benefit from that, but anyway, we are going to release in February the self-source version, and in that version you'll be able to check your own medical documentation. So in America, you can download all your medical records and visits results, and usually doctors do mistakes there. So, and you can put your data inside our system and check. It will be for free. It will be complimentary service for us because we work with B2B enterprises. But anyway, maybe the link will be useful for someone.
I saw in your LinkedIn that you refer to Adentris as an AI copilot. I know what AI copilot is, but in this case, what's the difference between, the main difference point between copilots at this point and classical monitoring systems? Because I know for sure that monitoring systems, they were established in healthcare, not long time ago, but maybe 10 years or 15 years, no?
Yeah, I think Copilot, it's super new word, right? And you can't say for sure what it means, right? But what we see in a Copilot, in terms of Adentris, when the system is ready not just to highlight you or flag, like monitoring system, hey, here is a mistake, but
Yeah.
this system provides you the detailed information and you can interact with the system. So inside our platform, once, let's say you're a physician and you made a mistake and we tell you, hey, Dr. Yudovskiy, by the way, you missed observation log data information for this person. Let's say you didn't put temperature or other stuff on their list of parameters. And you can ask, hey, but you can literally type like in a chat GPT mode, hey, why it's important and what do you expect? And we can tell you, hey, we expect to have something because you could have two different states. Let's say the person is sleeping, and if the person is sleeping, you can write person sleeping. And in that case, you will not need to write temperature and other stuff because you are literally not able to measure that. Or if person is not sleeping right now and the field is empty, so please provide the data. But you are not able to have zero information for, let's say, sleeping state and their temperature state. It's a problem for documentation because it means documentation is not finalized. So we explain that, and it's a copilot for us.
And how do you make doctors trust when the AI copilots say that, oh, something's missing, or you should do this? I know that you made a very easy example for everybody to understand, but I know for sure that there are some situations where doctors can discuss what's going on with the patient. And I heard, okay, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I heard that AI copilots also are very efficient at this point because they are working with a lot of data, and for them it's much easier to extract all the useful information from this massive of data. By the way, at the same time, people now are sometimes very not trusting, I will say it like this, to AI. So how do you work with this? Because I see a huge point of pain maybe here. No, maybe I'm wrong.
Let's try to unpack that because you asked multiple questions, right?
Yes.
So first of all,
I like it.
level of trust, right? We do not try to educate doctors, and it's really hard to do because they are super experienced people. First of all, second one, they do not respect AI. On other things, they not ready to follow the instruction. So our system is just highlight. So we highlight and we share a concern. Say, hey, it's an area of attention. Potentially, it's a problem. Of course, it could be different level of concern. So I provided the example, super straightforward, and I don't think any doctor will be able to argue with that because if you missed the data, you missed the data.
Yeah.
So what can you say, right? But it could be a different case. Let's say it's a sepsis. We track sepsis bundle, and it's based on different level of Copilots. So it's like a 0.5 or 0.7. If it's more than 0.7, it means it's a potential sepsis, risk, and you should activate the sepsis bundle activities, some medical stuff. And it's also about the speed of reaction because some hospitals and doctors, they prefer 1 hour sepsis bundle, coverage, and actually federal regulator recommends 6 hours. So yeah, it's based on their opinion and based on their decision of the doctor. And our system is super ready to adapt. So if doctor, again, in a copilot writes, hey, I don't see the problem here. I made a decision, blah, blah, blah. We say, okay, it's good for us, you're the boss, and we will close this topic. So in our system, we have topics. So each problem is about the topic of conversation, okay, topic is closed. You decided it's not a problem. So, but we document that conversation, we record that, and one more.
So working in healthcare is emotionally charged. We all know because of our personal experience and because of the medical shows that we have on Netflix, etc. Have you encountered a story where your product genuinely helped a hospital or some patient? And how did you feel what did you feel in that moment?
We do not affect patients directly, as you can see, right? So we help medical staff doing their job better. But we have multiple stories when we find some things that medical staff maybe made incorrectly and even funny. We found that one, person, they just put blah blah blah, style of text on that. It was so we have that stuff with funny things. I don't, for us, we have multiple stories about how the facilities are running, right? And what's happening there. And it's super funny, actually. So one of our area of coverage is SUD space. It's a substance use disorder. So it's drug addicted and alcohol addicted people. So rehabs. Actually, the first our customer was and is as a chain of rehab from California, Los Angeles.
Nice.
So we have a lot of stories. Unfortunately, I can't tell a lot because, most of that stories are connected with the personal information of patients. But again, if someone wants to start working with healthcare and thinks, oh, it's super hard to enter area and it's super regulated and people are not going to speak with me. Yeah, on one hand, it's true. But on another hand, you will not find a lot of competitor here. So, let's say you have a technical conference, right? Each, person is covered by 50, 100 different vendors because, everyone attacks and tries to sell. And healthcare is not a lot of competition. Yeah, we still have competition, of course. In our space, maybe we have 5 companies that are doing almost the same, maybe 7. But what is a 7th in electronic automation when we had 100 plus companies that were doing the same stuff? So when you see 7 or 8 or 10 competitors, it's like a nothing. Yeah, they are funded, of course, and blah blah blah. But anyway, it's great to start. And people, once you find a good use case, once you understand what you're doing and it's really provides value, people are super open and they're more human being than selling to tech people, let's say. So I can compare selling to IT directors or CTOs or CIOs. It's one story, and selling to hospitals, it's a different story. And I like the second more.
Let's talk about electronic.
Okay,
so it's your firstborn in the US, right?
Correct.
It's basically a story of scaling from 0 to top 15, as far as I remember. 15, right?
Yeah.
Top 15 global RPA platform. First of all, what's RPA?
We still don't know. It's a robotic process automation. It's a super it's a super fancy word that was invented, let's say, in 2000, maybe 12 or 14 in England by the company that had name Blue Prism. Then in 2016 or maybe 17, the system integrator from Eastern Europe, UiPath. I think they had different name, but they changed it to UiPath, UI, User Interface Path. UiPath, they adopted that technology name and started, expanding. So what is our RPA? In a simple words, we have automation, right? So we can write a code and do API integration, right? Or we can have a source code of a program and do something inside the program to, improve that. And RPA is about, okay, I'm not able to connect by API. I'm not able to write source code. I'm not able to do anything at all, but I would like to somehow integrate with the software. So what I do, I literally open on the computer that software and I click buttons, I type data inside fields like a human, but I mimic human actions by my software. So yeah, I open, I see the screen. It could be a browser program. It could be a terminal, old-fashioned, legacy software. It could be a Java application that no one knows how to write and update, but you still need to move huge volume of data between that systems. And RPA tools, it's a dev tool for building that sort of workflow when, screen opening, button clicks, field types, then that field you type something or you extract data and move to another system. So that's it. It's super popular in banking industry because they have old-fashioned program software. In healthcare, surprisingly, of course, because EHR also are pretty outdated, especially in the developed countries and in different other industries. It was an idea when we started the company in 2019 that RPA will be a future because let's say you have the ability to interact with all forms and browsers fields, right? Then it was an idea, okay, let's connect AI to that, capabilities. And after that, we will have our ultimate employee that could make anything, right? Amazing idea. And based on that idea, we all started building companies with our, North Star that in the future, we will have no developers at all because everything will be automated by RPA. And when you do RPA automation, you do not need to know any code languages because you just need to click, and somehow you have a final workflow. Right now, after how much? 7 years, right? Yes, actually 7 years. I would like to say we were wrong completely. So once you start building serious RPA workflow for serious integrations, you will need to use some programming language to optimize some blocks. Then you will have a huge workflow, so you will start having support teams to maintain them. So the technology that initially promised to everyone, we promised that it will be super cheap, super efficient, super easy to fix, not expensive to maintain. It was completely different. And we didn't achieve the point when we created that sort of, ultimate employee for any businesses that is doing everything. And right now, I'd like to say RPA, it's an amazing feature, not a product. Even if I love Electronica of my company, it's not enough to build an amazing product on that. So, and I explained what we did, right, to close that gap. That's a good feature. And somehow companies who are staying right now in the market are thinking, okay, I have RPA capability, but I need to do something. So what we did, we built a document recognition engine, and we connect RPA with our document recognition. We added agent builder to have just unified, environment when you can start building AI agent. But when you have a complex data from legacy system, you can use RPA to feed AI agents with that data because, it's just simple way to do that. And somehow we created a platform that has value for like a, product. But RPA itself, if you are just today, you're going to build an RPA platform and only for RPA, I just don't understand why you are going to do that because you will not be able to expand. And the second problem of RPA, it's amazing technology that can do everything. But unfortunately, our technology was used only for super hard and complex cases. It's great from one standpoint because no one can solve that. But the problem, you are not able to replicate and scale that cases because super hard and complex cases from company to company are not going to be repeatable. So it means in any company, you will go to super complex, strange environment, old-fashioned systems, blah, 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 and you solve that. So good part of that, technology works amazingly. Bad part, okay, you have amazing case how you saved, multiple hundred of, thousand or million of dollars for some banking system, but you're not able to take that case and repeat for another bank, financial companies, because they have different stack of technology, different problems. So you should research, you should connect your analyst people and find another hard case, so on, so on, so on, so on.
Actually, you answered to all the questions that I prepared, and next time I will just not share the questions before, and that's it.
I tell this story, pretty often. So for me, it was interesting journey, and I don't understand because right now I see everything that I'm talking about super clear, and I just see that 7 years ago, if you could tell me the same things that I'm telling you right now, I will say no, you're wrong. You're completely fool. You don't understand even about RPA or the market automation. No, I just understand. And the whole market, because UiPath, they went to IPO and they were valued, I think, at the level of billions of dollars. 40 billions. Right now, their valuation is 8 or maybe 6. So, so it's the biggest player on the market. Just imagine, right? Investors, they lost a lot. And it's not only about electronic, that electronic, expanded and then started, stop and growing. It's a whole market was super optimistic about the future. And then somehow we realized, it's not a story at all, unfortunately.
It happens.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to say when you're outside of the circle, right? It happens when you are inside. For you, it's different. Well,
something like this is happening right now to AI, and I am inside this. So it doesn't depend on me. So what should I don't know, like run in circles and panic? No.
What is happening in AI? I think AI is pushing right now. No?
Yeah, right now, yes. I mean, for example, in healthcare, AI is showing really great results. Nothing to worry about there,
Maybe.
really.
Okay.
I don't see any risk.
Okay.
But for example, in other areas, I see that it's going like into a big bubble. Like all the companies are just selling AI products to each other, and that's it.
Yeah, I think one person said, when you're young, you just trust in the future. The future will be great day by day. When you are adult and smart, you should start seeing cycles. Because the life is like a cycle, right? So its bubble is growing, then going down, then growing again, and so repeat. So we had the same story with our .com, right? 2001. The whole www market crashed. Was the idea of building internet company bad? Not at all, right?
No.
Was there the approach of building website, connect users, make some distribution, different type of businesses was wrong? Was that idea was wrong? No, at all. But people, they started believing that everything is possible and pushed a lot of money. Investors pushed a lot of money there because of the greed, because they wanted to be the first, and we had that, crash. I think the same story will be about AI. So we need to see that crash just to relax and calm down the technology and say, technology in general is amazing. I don't believe we will build AGI at all. So my prediction personal, it will not be AGI. And I think once we start talking about AGI, the valuation of most startups will go down to their more healthy level, let's say, and we will start, building good companies. Right now, we all are chasing about AGI. Okay, let's say AGI is delivered tomorrow. Of course, my company will be super attacked because you can connect AGI to any system. Actually, the whole market of the companies could be destroyed, right, by AGI. All automations, all people will be replaced, blah, blah, blah. And because of that, this idea is super, super amazing. And greedy investors, and they should be greedy because they are investors.
Because they're investors, yeah.
It's their, first priority, greed. All right? They invest and push money into the people who tell them that we potentially could work on that. And right now, the whole market, OpenAI and other companies, they tell, potentially we see the future in a couple of, years, maybe 5-10 years, we will build an AGI. And valuation grows because of that. So once it will be clear that no AGI at all in the next, 50, 100 years, we'll be in a health condition and we could start working, on the good level. So my recommendation for people, just be conservative with the cash. Don't waste more funds on different things, and just be ready when tide goes back to the ocean, and you will be able to, finalize and build your great company.
Amazing advice from CEO and CPO of different companies. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you experienced being a CEO and CPO. Now you're a CPO, right?
Correct.
What fits you better, like CPO or CEO? How do you feel? Like, what do you like more?
I'm not only CPO or CEO or was CEO. I'm also a board member. So when you're talking about startup, people, young founders and me in the early days, we care about titles, right? So, of course, most desired title is CEO for people who are building the first company, because I don't think if you are starting a startup, you have ambitions. And of course, you want to be CEO. I think it's pretty stupid if you have no ambitions and you're going to start startup. Just, not the area that you should be there. But on the level of the board, it's a different dynamic, because CEO, what I realized from my first, term, right, in startup, you are not free completely. Of course, if you have hundreds percent of shares and in your company, you have no investors, you have no co-founders, and you do code by yourself, you sell by yourself, and you do marketing. Yeah, you're free. You can do whatever you want. But in general, it's not the case, right? You have, say, some business people, you have some CTO, you have investors, you have decomposition, you have early employees, founding team. And once you start growing your company, you rely on some people. You rely, it depends at the same time, because no one is going to work with you as a CEO and say, hey, shut up and do what I say.
Yeah.
You will lose that people pretty fast, because, you usually, if it's the case, of course, you usually collect people, super smart people, super effective people. And super smart people, they're ready to follow you, but they're not ready to be treated like, things, right? Just you move on your table. They want to work with you, but not under you hard command. If you have people who are ready to do that, in most cases, they are not super effective or smart, unfortunately. So back to the point, what I realized, that you still influence a lot on the startup, in any position you can be. You can be CPO, you can CEO, and whatever. So you're still if you are on the board, if you are a founding team, even if you are a founding engineer, you influence a lot on the company, even if you're not founder. But the position of the CEO creates some sort of illusion for myself. So once company is growing, people stop sharing with you real things, what's happening. That's the first one. The second area, people start thinking about you differently. So they think if you're a CEO, you are some kind of smart guy on the top and you know everything. But of course it's not. Especially in startup, you want to collect all information, all troubles, all things. But in the company, people don't go to the CEO directly. So troubles started growing the lower level, then sometimes maybe they will go up, sometimes no. So, and you do not see the full picture. Redefining had 240 people at the peak. It was a big company. And the world of reality and the world of top management, I see it, two different worlds, unfortunately. And once we started, in 2022, optimization, other stuff, rebuilding, a lot of things, realized. Wasn't, super things that, let's say, completely different. No, at all. But what I found, it's better to be, let's say, second level position. It's better maybe for me, I know. It's better for collecting data, to have information, to improve their communication with different, stakeholders. And also when you're in a second position, you are more likely be connected with customers, partners, because CEO usually don't go on that conversation, and no one expects CEO to be there, right? Again, and I like working with customers. I like working with numbers. And I know how to manage people. I know how to raise money. I raised $25 million for Redefining. But I found once company is growing, you spend more and more time on managing investors' relationships, the board composition, let's say, some maybe key employees, some maybe not a conflicts, but some hard cases between top management. It's a CEO job, actually, right? And you spend less and less time on product, customers, You set the strategy, of course, but do you set a strategy? For sure, or maybe maybe
That's a question.
your team helps you set. So it's interesting question. Who is more influenced in the company, CEO or their founding team that is working, management team is working in the CEO? Maybe I told a lot of words, and maybe people don't understand, but I tried to explain. So for me, right now, I'm more comfortable to be in the position where I can influence directly on the product and working completely on the product only. Working with customers, have co-founders, amazing co-founders. Dmitry, our CEO, it's a brilliant person, Georgetown University graduate. He is amazing, manager, and he knows how to drive the company in terms of strategy, positioning. So brilliant guy. We have Alex Odin, CTO who built Lingualeo. Do you remember this application? He's our CTO. He was a CTO of Lingualeo.
Cool.
Yeah. So the most experienced CTO I know, and also he's a good person, because I know a lot
such
of
rare.
I know a lot of CTOs, but they're shitty people. Sorry, guys. They are not people you would like to drink with beer or whiskey with them or smoke cigars. But Alex is a guy that you can have a real human interaction. Let's say that, not binary 010101 cold interaction. So we have amazing team, and I think I'm happy right now. No, not I think. I'm happy.
Oh, I'm so happy that you're happy. That's cool. Obviously, over 15 plus years, it's been not only been ups, but also downs. So can you recall a moment of your greatest doubt, something like this? What saved you then?
Yeah. Let's start from the beginning. Startup is most hardest thing you can do in a business. If you're really doing startup, if you raise money with ideas, spend them on pleasure and fancy conference like Forbes 30 under 30 didn't usually do, people do, it will be chill journey for you. Maybe you'll finish in jail or in some sort of court, but it will be good. But if you are really going to try found product market fit, meeting customers, sell, hire people, it will be no time when everything will be perfect. It's perfect. Or at least it's good. Every stage, it's a fucking disaster. You think you will find the first customer, it will be good then. No, you will find the first customer, and then you should decide, okay, should I onboard this customer, type of the customer on the second type? Should I expand there? Or in that direction, because resources are limited and everything. You can raise a lot of money, and once you have a lot of money, I think you are happy. But no, right now, everyone will start pushing you. Hey, let's start hire people, let's expand, blah, blah, blah. Once you start doing that, you will start delivering results, and every quarter you will be under the pressure to, double, triple that results, because you think, okay, you have first result. What is the problem to double, triple each year? So let's say 30 or 50% per quarter. And then you will start pushing that, and maybe you will not able to do that in some way because you will achieve some sort of blockers. Again, any stage has troubles. And I can't answer what is the most hardest part, because for each stage you have your hardest part. You just need to act differently. People do different stuff. I know some people, they do yoga, meditation, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I usually drink.
like a typical millennial.
Right now I don't drink actually a lot. I'm doing my dry January, 4th year in a row actually right now.
Oh.
But, it doesn't help anyway. So you can drink, but you still need to solve problems, right? But again, I shoot. So I live in Texas, so I have a lot of guns, different ones. So I visit shooting range and it relaxes me. even if it sounds crazy. But when you shoot
It's your hobby. Why not?
a couple of magazines from Air 15, you are relaxed. And I don't think about other people like some of my friends. Oh, maybe you just imagine you shoot someone. No, of course not. It's crazy. But I think you should be prepared that everything will be terrible. And once it's not, you can say to yourself, oh, wow, it's great.
Like prepare for the worst.
Not prepare. Just say it will be worst experience in your life once you start doing startup. It will be. And if you think it will be not, you should stop doing. So I think the life.
Very inspiring interview.
Yeah, I think the life in general of adult person and the startup world, and particularly, it's a situation of troubles that interrupt short timeline of happiness.
I agree. Unfortunately, I agree.
And you should enjoy that short when everything is perfect, or maybe it's not perfect, but not happening in the wrong way. You say, wow. And you just try to make that timelines, make them more often, right, or longer. But again, it will be trouble and trouble with trouble covered by trouble. And again, if you hear that and you think, oh, what he's talking about, it's not reality, please don't do startup or don't do a business because you're not ready. I have an idea that people who start businesses, they are mentally, I don't want to say ill, but something is wrong.
Challenged.
Something is wrong in our head with us because we are super smart, super effective. We are dedicated. We can work 20, 14 hours per day. We can go in any corporation and we can make a lot of money and we can have a great job with vacations, with a predictable salary. In some cases, for most startup founders, they even don't make money on their startups. Sorry. And with their job, you can do that. But instead of that, and it's guarantee. I know a lot of great founders, they can find job any second once they close their startup. They will be fine, more than fine. But instead of that, we said, no, we will do something different. We will build a company. We will go in that ocean of uncertainty. We'll try to convince 160 VCs during the 2 weeks in a row by doing calls that our company is worth something. Then we will start sending thousands of emails and making hundreds of calls just to close the first customer. It's just, it's just the road of pain. If you don't like that, I don't know what you're doing here.
So basically, you need to be to have ADHD, high level of energy, multitasking, and high tolerance toward the...
High tolerance to stress and pain, right? Yeah.
And pain, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also just connect to that. Don't be super proud about people about you because, it's about business in general. Every good employee can leave you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can open your iPhone, open, some sort of mail application you use, and you see, okay, yesterday evening, your key employee said, hey, sorry, I'm going to leave you. And you just can close it. Okay, let's grab a coffee and start today. You should do that because if you're not ready, what's going on? What's a good person? No, you're not ready again. So don't trust that people will be with you. Trust with partners, customers, of course. Customers, the less loyal people in your circle.
Yeah.
Be ready for troubles. Troubles can go from regulators, from other stuff, competitors, market. But still, it will be super funny. You'll learn a lot. It will be interstellar speed of growth and everything. You will start working with the most amazing people. You will start fighting with most amazing people, your competitors, because they are, most cases, they are great people. You will learn from them when they kick to your ass, or you will be super happy once you kick them ass. you will respect each other and even drink on conference. Even you hate each other and try trying to steal customer from each other. You should love that. I think if you're not able to love that, any other practices, meditation, ayahuasca, retreats, hiking will not help you. It can curb some troubles for some time, but it will destroy you.
I think that businessmen and entrepreneurs and startuppers, they need to be certain type of men. Like you need to be built to run the business. Otherwise, I think no. Or a certain mental condition.
I think it's mental condition. I think something wrong with us. I think it goes from childhood or something like that. It's a mental health problem for sure. I don't think,
Okay.
My opinion is mental problem. Because, when the most logical way of live your life, it's spend less resources and emotional resources and generate more income. Right? It's super logical. And if you have a guarantee income and with spending less resources and job employment, it's generally that case. You, on all logical levels, you should go there. But somehow people say to themselves, no, I would like to risk everything.
I would like to suffer.
Suffer and risk everything. And first of all, what we're risking our time. Because you can make money, you can return a lot of things, but time, let's say you spend, and each startup, people think, okay, they read stories, okay, someone built company in 2 years, $1 billion valuation. Yes, we have those stories, for sure. But it's 0.00000, 0.0000%. And most cases it will be from 5 to 10 years journey. Always are a lot of different people that are, and you will have a lot of upside downs. So I'm ready to spend 10 years on something that is not guaranteed at all. And most startups, they close after 8 years, 6 years, even if they had a lot of money and customers. So it's still possible, and there's a high chance. It's not like a tiny chance. It's a big chance to lose everything even after 5 years. So when people say, yes, I'm ready for that, it's not logical.
Yeah, it's like counter-logical. But okay. Yeah, everybody decides to live how they want to live. We don't judge.
Yeah, I don't want to say, if you pick a general employee job, some founders say, oh, it's better to be an eagle 1 week instead of just, the whole life of living like a sheep. I don't like that compression. It means like we are just, superior people and we're doing great stuff. And, if you're working like a, hired employee, you're just coward and you're not able to risk. No, I don't think it's true. But what I would say, when you do your job, just a hired employee, you are limited to your spectrum of vision is super limited. It's for sure.
Yeah.
Once you are founder or you're founding a member of the startup, you see a lot. The question, can you convert your experience and vision you are gain to something, right? If you can convert in a new business, maybe so first startup failed, but you built a second one and do that, or you took that experience and go to a great position in a corporation. So it makes sense for that. But if you're young, go into startup. I think it's a great place to be, to learn everything. But if we go into statistic, we'll see only adult and grown founders, they make more success. So the most successful founders after 38, 40 years, actually. Yeah, not a young people. We see that story that Stanford drop out people. They are super, successful, but it's not actually.
How has your understanding of success reshaped over the years? Because now you're an experienced founder and now you know what you are doing. So what about success, the perception of success?
Yeah, I think I started being more materialistic right now. So, initial, it was about building the company that will be covered by, major magazines like Forbes or whatever, right? And do like stuff. And people will start talking about you. And, so right now I think it's all about money that you bring to your home. If you're building the startup that you can't say for sure when your investors, your co-founders, when you will make money, I don't think you're doing the right stuff. So it doesn't mean you need to, from the first day, planning the exit, because it's not possible at all. But you should build a company that generates revenue, you can generate revenue only if you provide value. You can provide value only if you do good stuff and good products for the right people. So no fancy things like, or we just researching market, blah, 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 blah. No. Go to the revenue. Generate revenue, bring cash, first of all, in the bank account of your startup, then grow valuation. Think about maybe partial exits. Each round you can sell just some pieces of your shares, make money for your family, secure your future, buy house if you want, whatever, car, and grow the company. It was actually in a YC class. They told that most founders think you will make money once you make an exit. But actually, it's not. Most founders make money during their fundraising. From one stage to another, they sell a small portion of shares and they generate revenue. So on Series A, you can sell up to $1 million and cash your shares. It's not bad money for you just to secure your family future and state, especially if you have kids, let's say, right, of life. And people sometimes don't understand that. So I think for me right now, okay, is it possible to, and it's interesting thought actually. One founder say to me, hey, Sergey, but if you recommend selling shares from a small portion, from stage to stage, but it will decrease the amount of cash that you can, or valuation you have once company, let's say, will be valued at $1 billion. And I answer super simple. Let's say you have, instead of, share 300,000 of million of dollars, you will have 200,000 million of dollars in cash in the future. Yeah, because you start young. But let's say your company failed and you have no money. When you will be more unhappy that you will not have one additional $100 million gap, or you will have nothing from your startup after 6 years of working. What will crush you more? I think having less on $100 million, so 200 instead of $300 million. Yeah, it's still not good because, I lost $100 million during the fundraising. But again, you still have $200 million. That's still a lot. But let's say 6 years passed, 7 years passed, you closed your startup and you have nothing.
Very sad. Let's hope for the better.
I know. I listened to a couple of interviews you had, guys, and most of founders they try to create imagine exciting picture that startup everything is good, nice people, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's true. It's for sure true. People are nice. Everything will be super happy. You will learn a lot. It will be bumpy, journey, and in most cases it will be fun. It will be for sure fun, but just try to balance reality with our future, and you'll be good.
Okay, we will try. Thank you so much for the conversation, and thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. Yeah,
it was hard to to catch you.
People don't know how much time we tried.
Yeah, they will never know, I hope. Okay, thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, thank you.